Okay, take two. I hope you can hear me. Hope you can hear me. Okay, well, I guess this is what we're working with today. Trying to set up and make sure I don't have any technical difficulties again, because that's been happening quite a lot, which I guess is just part of the process. All right. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. Hello, hello. Hello. I really thought that my AirPods would connect to my device. I guess they don't. I guess I have to have some kind of other I'm worried my audio is gonna be a little chopped. Testing audio, 1, 2, 3. Testing audio, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, a little bit of a delay, but I guess that'll have to do. I'm gonna guess I will lower down the volume. Okay. We're trying this again. Maybe I should try to get actually comfortable here. I'm gonna try to get comfortable here. My audio wasn't working. Audio was not working. Technical difficulties. So that's what happened. We're back. I think what probably was happening, the whole however many minutes I was live, my audio just was not working. I think that's what happened. Which is fine, as long as it gets fixed. So, just curious to know if you can hear me. Sorry if my audio is not the greatest. I was originally trying to stream with my AirPods, so because usually when I have my AirPods on, it will muffle out the background noise, the white noise. But I don't know, I think my YouTube is just not connecting to my AirPods for whatever reason. So we're just gonna have to go with like the raw microphone from the phone itself, the iPhone itself. So I hope the audio is not too bad. But that's currently what's going on. So I restarted the stream. To anybody who was watching before, sorry if you couldn't hear anything. I was probably just flailing my arms around like a weirdo. But I was talking. I promise I was talking. So yeah, so basically I don't have like a good microphone right now. I'm just relying on my microphone from my phone. Woo. Thinking this needs to be a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna warp it out more. Okay, looking a little bit better. I'm wondering if I shouldn't I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I think I'm probably going to, instead of going this way, I'll probably go this way. Okay. So that's going kind of against my sketch that I had, but it's fine. I'm trying to keep in mind that this does not have to look perfect. It's still kind of in the early stages anyway, so, but my perfectionist brain is kind of just like, oh, make it perfect already from the get-go, which is something that I have to get my brain out of the habit of thinking. I just have a habit of doing that. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Okay, not too bad, I don't think. Hi, Jumping Bean. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if anybody was able to hear me earlier because I guess I was having some audio problems when I first started the stream. But I am sketching this chibi drawing of Choso. This is like a newer drawing that or new drawing style that I'm trying to get back into, that I used to do a lot of when I first started making content on YouTube. It was mainly digital art. I did a lot of chibi designs, and then I eased over into making more traditional art. I hope you can hear me. Please let me know if there's any issues with the audio. I'm aware that the audio quality might not be the best, just because I am directly using like my phone's microphone. But now knowing that YouTube is not connecting to my AirPods as the microphone, as a main audio source, I might have to invest in a camera or do more research. I might have to do more research on how to get that working, because I've never really streamed on YouTube before. Okay, great, thank you. Thanks for verifying. I appreciate that. Can you hear the music? Hope you can. All right, so this is his shirt situation going on here. This doesn't look too bad. It probably look better though. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with his like a belt kind of sash thing that he's got going on here. Okay, not bad. I think I should probably seal off this part of his shirt here. Okay. What's your favorite color to draw with? Yours is blue and green. He's too adorable for this world. Thank you. My favorite color to draw with. That's a great question. Probably yellow. Like I like using well, more so to color than to draw. When I'm drawing, I usually use like it's not mainly a black color, but I use like more of like a brownish color, like this color. That's usually what I use for my sketches. It makes it less intimidating for me, and it makes it feel like it's not so like set in stone. It feels more like sketching, more pencil to me. And then when I'm trying to clean up my drawing, I go in with this black pen color. So that's what we're working with. His clothes is looking a little weird to me though. Yours is blue and green though. What do you usually draw with those colors, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, you draw your OCs. That's awesome. What kind of OCs do you have? What's the personality like? I would love to know. I do have an original character too that I would also like to develop into more of my illustrations. I just have like a basic sketch down for her, but I would also like to kind of make her come more to life. Would love to do that one of these days. I'm thinking of redrawing my social media icon to have more of like my original character. I want to start designing my own character and have her in I'm thinking of also making like a PNG tuber or something like that, that kind of is connected to like a face cam for like kind of like a standard VTuber I'm thinking of doing. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull up my reference here. I have it off to the side. It's not really visible here on the stream. Occasional characters from horror games. I have lots of my favorite one to draw is about OC named Orion. He is a shy boy moving to a small town full of ghosts. Oh, that's so cool. That's such a cool backstory. I really like that. I don't even have like a backstory for mine yet. I just came up with a design based on stuff that I really, really like. The colors that I really like. My favorite colors are like blue and pink. I also like a lot of bows and heart-shaped stuff. Yeah, I don't have a backstory for years. Are you thinking of developing your original characters into like a drawing kind of like manga style or something? Are you planning to do something with that? Because I'm thinking of doing something like that down the line, down the road. You might. Your style is sort of anime. That's really cool. Do you watch a lot of anime as well? Are you watching maybe JJK, the new season that came out right now? There's also a new episode that came out. I think this is somewhat decent. I think I might be overthinking on this. Yeah, I think I might be overthinking this. I probably should just go with the flow here. You started it with your sister, but you didn't finish it, and you want to. You should. I think something that does happen a lot with like original characters is like we will develop the base design and stuff for the character, right? And then I feel like a lot of us, or most people at least, don't always get around to finishing it, like, or finishing the project that they were meant to start for their OC. Which, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. Like, it's hard to come up with like a concept for original characters and a whole story, and like sometimes it's a lifelong project that requires a lot of like patience and dedication. So like I don't blame anybody, but I know like a lot of people have like multiple original characters too that they want to do like a lot of projects with, and they just don't get around to it because, you know, life is busy. We got a lot of stuff going on in our lives, so it's not always easy to start and finish like our projects or what we envision for our OCs. I think I am going to hide the sign here just while I render his hand. I think I'm just gonna make this a little bit more see-through. Don't mind me, I'm gonna take a water break. Hi, animated draw. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. Also, look at my cute little water bottle charm. I got this in Japan. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We're working on a chibi drawing of Choso. I'm just cleaning up the sketch right now. I might still have to clean it up a little bit more as we go here, but for now this is what we're working with. He's just a cute little dude hanging out. The reason why his pose is like this is because he's supposed to be carrying a like sort of plushie or form of plushie of Yuji. I have the basic sketch here of what it's going to look like, and the whole idea is that it's going to be like a profile picture icon. Thank you for being subscribed from India. I know I have a lot of viewers from India, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's amazing. How's India? What's the weather like right now? What's the weather like? I would love to know. Okay, Mari, thank you, Jumping Mean, for being here. I hope you have a good sleep too. It was nice to talk to you. Thank you for hanging out with me on the stream and chatting with me. It was a lot of fun. I am trying to do more lives. We'll see how it goes. It's my first time testing out YouTube Live. I usually just upload reels. Not reels, that's Instagram. Shorts here on the platform. I have tried to upload a couple of like long form content videos. It has not been successful. But yeah. Hasn't been the most successful, but I do plan on uploading like more long form content in the future. We'll see how that goes. I'm hopefully planning to do more lives. Given that I have like more free time than I did before, I'll be doing more lives. Yeah, I hope to see some of you guys here in the lives. His hand looks a little weird. I think what I probably have to do is... Ooh. Something like this, maybe? I don't know. Huh. We're figuring it out as we go. I'm not the best at drawing hands, so... Oh, that looks even worse. Huh. Okay. What happened here? Why is this duplicated? What? I'm struggling with this sleeve right now. Very much struggling. That's why sometimes I worry, like, if I don't have like a good underlying sketch to kind of differentiate where things start and where things end, it's very difficult for me to like... Oh, you know what? That doesn't look too bad. Maybe something like that. Who knows? I'm kind of just guessing on what this is gonna look like. Okay. All right. I'm thinking I'll close it here. Okay. Okay, there's something ominous and weird happening right here. Thinking something like that, right? Okay, I don't think that looks too bad. I don't think that looks too bad. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere here. Okay. I think so. We have his neck here. I do want to go in with his hair up here at the top and clean it up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill in his sideburns up here. He has like just a little bit of some added like hair bits here on the bottom. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that before it's too late and I forget about it and accidentally end up erasing one of these layers and then I lose the sketch underneath that I had. I tend to do that a lot. I think we're just gonna keep it at that for right now. So what I like to do is just duplicate my layers just in case I have to keep on to or hold on to the original drawing. So I actually don't think I need to have these layers, but I will do a duplicate of his clothing here, like his shirt area. I'm gonna go in and erase it underneath here. But the good thing that I like to do with copying the layer and pasting it is that way I have a copy underneath just in case I have to go back in and readjust it or something. I won't have completely lose the line art underneath. And I still have something to go back to just in case I do mess up. So that is cleaned up. Everything is pretty cleaned up. I think what I will probably start doing now is I'm going to take off the sketch layers underneath here just temporarily so I can get a better idea of what my drawing is going to look. Whoops. Okay. That's the sketch of that. Duplicate that. And we're going to go in and erase. I think more or less this looks pretty good. It's a good thing I duplicated those layers. I'm going to take off his sketchy lines. And now this is what we're working with. I don't think it looks too bad. I think it looks pretty good, pretty decent. So I think I'm going to start filling in the color. For the color, we are going to use a base color. Let me see here. Skin tone, that is an interesting thing that we have to look at. Skin tone, I'm thinking it's going to be this color. some coloring in here. Alright. Going in with the skin tone color base. Just kind of going in with all of the base colors. Solid colors is what I like to call it, before moving on to shading and shadows. And then it also helps to get a better feel of how the drawing will look in the end if I go in with a couple of just some flat colors, base colors, to see how it's going to look out once it's complete. If you think about it, like if you ever taken like an illustration class, a lot of the times the artist or the teacher will like tell us to make like what you call storyboards. This is like kind of like the equivalent of a storyboard, or at least what I would think it would be the equivalent of a storyboard. You're kind of getting a feel for what the colors are going to look like before you put in all the colors. Same thing you can do for shadow as well. Okay. I probably shouldn't zoom in that much because you can't really see what I'm doing otherwise. Okay, so we got his face pretty much filled in. I'm gonna go in and fill in his hand here. Okay. I think I'm gonna go in with this color. Okay. This hair is pretty complicated. I didn't realize how complicated it actually was. I know there's probably an easier way to do this, but I'm just can't be bothered right now to look up a different way. I actually do find it quite satisfying to fill in my art like this handmade, not handmade, but by hand is what I meant to say. Closer. I know there's an easier way to like fill in color, but okay. Getting closer to making progress on here. I didn't realize how much hair he actually had. Quite difficult to fill in all of these areas precisely. And I still have all of his ponytails on top. That's fantastic. That's just spectacular. Okay. Doing his ponytails now. And we are almost done with his ponytail. Okay, somewhat decent. Now I'm gonna go in with the rest of the outline. Try to fill this in so that's still visible. I know it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing when you can't see the whole drawing, so let me just try to do this. As uncomfortable it is for me, it might be better for your viewing experience. I think that might be better. I'm gonna just have to go back in there and clean that up. Yeah, we'll just go back in and clean it up. No big deal. I'm just gonna clean this up later. I know there's an easier way to color this. I like to fill in the whole thing and then clean it up later. I'm not big on like outlining the whole thing and then color dropping. That's just not really how I like to work with my coloring process. So that's what we're doing. And now we should be able to fill in the rest of the flat colors here for his ponytail and hair. So I'm just filling it in. Does not have to be perfect. It's just the flat colors anyway. It can always be cleaned up later. Whoa. Yeah. got that down. I will probably fill in his eyes. Yeah, I think I am gonna fill in his eyes now. His eyes filled in for the most part. I am going to go ahead and fill in his pupils now. And after, we can go ahead and fill in okay. His eyes should be like a darker brown. Something like that. Fill in his pupils. Fill in with white. Actually, I think we're supposed to go in with dark over here. More or less, that's what he's gonna look like. I might actually go in with the black now. We're gonna go in with the black for his area here with the eyebrows, or I'm sorry, eyelashes. Okay, not too bad. Oops. Don't want it to be going to overlap too much. Okay. Alright, so now we got that filled in. something like that to lower the opacity of the color. This has to be underneath here for the whites of his eyes, and then we will move on. Okay, so you drop that in. Now one more time. For his right eye. Drop again. Okay. That's more or less where we're getting at for this chibi drawing. I wonder if his skin tone should be just a little bit lighter. It looks more accurate than that. Okay. And now, oops. And now I think we can go in with his shirt color base. So it's going to be something like this. Guess we could just fill in. We can clean that up later.